everyone, and welcome to episode 81 of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast. Pause for effect.
Hi.
I'm your host, Jonathan Radford, and today I'm joined by the sexy one in the group, Davy. I was going to say Davy G, but I got caught between. It's Davy G, aka Daf Gape, aka the sexy bear.
Yeah, that's what they know me as.
That's
back in the precinct.
That's what I know you as. That's what you're down in my phone as.
Yeah,
sexy bear. Davy
I
G.
haven't been rolling with that name for quite a while, actually.
Only with me.
Yeah.
Just you know, it's with me.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be weird if you called me anything else at this point.
Can I also point out something as well? Since Zach
You can try.
so terribly deleted his facial hair, I'm appreciating your game. I'm appreciating your game because I see that you've been bringing it back into fashion.
Yeah. It probably won't get much bigger than this. I'm actually going to try some beard maintenance.
I always remember.
What about you? Where's your? Are you on your way up or on your way down?
Nah, this is probably like as far because like I can grow this, which kind of looks like not beard, but like fuzz. But it just doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't really grow much more than this. So it's kind of like it gets to this point, and I've just got to shave it and then just start again. It's a never-ending cycle of me being less of a man than you. Hey,
that's
Cutty.
not true.
How are you doing, Cutty? And ACP, I didn't see you as well. Hello to you as well.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Should we chat about the podcast stuff? Should we get right into it? Should we
go on in, but make it quick.
These little chats of ours.
I want to talk about E3.
Yes, me too. So if you are listening to us for the first time, then hello. We are normal and very sensible, and we talk about video games. And if you've come back, then you know those things are lies. Apart from the video games, we do talk about video games.
We do talk about video games.
But if you want to find us online, we are on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon. We're on Deezer. We're on iHeartRadio and Apple as well. We're on there.
Yeah, and Spotify have started doing their reviews.
They have.
So, folks, even though we're watching live on Twitch, if you're not watching live on Twitch and you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, or even if you're watching live on Twitch, go to Apple, go to Spotify, give us your 5 stars, give us a little review, and just say Johnny's fit. Like, it really does help spread the Video Games Ahoy word.
I'll know that was Davy G putting that down, but still, I appreciate the sentiment. Please, just give us a nice little review. It does help. It really does help, and it would make me and Dav just so grateful, so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Johnny, ACB, I don't know what to say. I found your I put your little Among Us dolls in my bedroom the other day, and I couldn't find it, and then I found it, and do you know what? Every time I see it, I genuinely think that is one of the nicest things anyone has ever given me, because it is.
Here are mine.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
The dead red one and the purple one that Chickpea crocheted for us.
Honestly, if you're listening to this, just pop it over to YouTube around about what time is it now? With the 5-minute mark, maybe skip back to 4:30, and just look where Davy G is pointing, and ACP, Chickpea, she made them. They're so good. Let's just talk about how great ACP is for the next 10 minutes.
We can do that. Okay. I think she'll feel deeply uncomfortable.
Okay, so let's not do that. Let's not. Let's not do that. Let's not make her deeply uncomfortable. But if you want to go back and listen to all the times we said ACP is great, then we have 80 other episodes of the podcast that you can listen to.
81.
I know, man. Do you know? Like, I always remember the big 5-0 was the one we were just like, yeah, we're going to do it live, and it's going to be a special occasion. And then
one-off.
We didn't stop because we thought, well, we can get our like little bits of thrills from the online folks a lot easier.
We've now done 32 live episodes.
And do you know what? It's one of the best decisions we've made. Yeah, I just enjoy it.
What are we talking about today?
I was just reading the comments. That's very lovely comments you're all making. Thank you so much.
People are nice.
I've just genuinely just really enjoyed being able to keep talking about video games, and we've got many games to talk about. Like I said, we're on Discord, we're on Facebook, we're on all those other things and places. Go find us. We're easy to find, and we're easy to please. Anyway, let's move on to the news. As Davy G has already mentioned, E3 is cancelled if in person. Not in total. It's just cancelled in person. No one can go unless you are part of E3. In which case, you can go and film it, but you can't be there live. Unless...
Can I go?
I don't know. Do you work for E3?
No.
Oh, probably not, sadly.
Ah.
You should go and just be like, I just work for E3.
Have you ever been to a proper conference?
No,
thing?
because this is the thing. Like, Rosie really wants to go, especially if there's Fire Emblem involved.
Yeah.
And like we've all discussed this previously, it'd be really lovely because this is the crazy thing. Okay, I'm just gonna drop some truth bombs right now. Zach Hamilton has not met either one of the Davs in person. Never met in person. Like, isn't that wild to think about? You've known each other for 2 years, never actually met each other in person. It's insane.
Well, I've been to Paris Games Week.
Oh, yes, you have.
So maybe we could all go to that. That's closer than E3.
What's the German one as well? Is Gamescom?
Gamescom?
Yeah. Well. It's in Cologne, isn't it?
Yeah, Cologne in Germany.
Mad, absolutely mad. But yeah, let me actually read something about it because this
Braimy's so right. There are so many games coming out this year. Actually, I was thinking of doing a little, because there's only two of us, we can probably squeeze in some time where I was just going to like run through the games from the next 3 months.
Heck,
and just
yes.
you get one highlight that you get to pick out of them.
Okay, I think I've got mine already.
We'll do it. We'll do it in a bit. You carry on.
You're right.
E3 is cancelled.
E3 is cancelled, but it is still online. But basically, they've cancelled it because of COVID-19. I mean, we'd like to think that hopefully by next year, but I mean, this could be a thing in general where E3 might never go back to what it was. Because I think there's a lot of people who think that E3 was, as soon as Sony pulled out, and then Nintendo basically essentially treating it like a direct. I think there's a lot of people who feel like, is it necessary now that most companies do things online themselves?
It's so expensive for developers to have a place there.
Yep.
So expensive.
Yeah.
And now they've got they're saying the fact that it used to be like a trade show and it was just for sort of journalists and people in the industry. And now they've opened up to the public, which, is lovely.
Yeah.
It's now this weird mesh. It's like not really pleasing anyone. And so the queues are huge. So you probably only get to look at 2 games over a whole weekend. Yeah. And to be honest, it's always been the press conferences for me. That's my E3.
Yeah. It's interesting as well because I'm reading Jason Schreier's Blood, Sweat and Pixels literally right now. Not right now. Not right now. But I am reading it currently. I read it last
night. Put it down.
I read the first chapter last night and it was about the Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian. And honestly, one of the main themes that was coming through that chapter, I don't want to talk much about the book. It's a brilliant book, by the way. I really, really blew through the first chapter because it's so intriguing. They were talking about how they set pretty much all of their stuff up. Demos will be made sure they're ready for E3 as much as they're ready for going out to the world. It's crazy how much importance there was put on E3 back in the old days, and it is kind of sad that we're losing that. But I don't know. I guess at the same time, I do love me some Nintendo Directs. I do love them.
Right, I've got the list here.
Okay, yeah. You hit us with the list.
So we're just going to go January, February, and March.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, and then I think maybe in April we can do April, May, June.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. So you get one game that you are pumped for.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's one.
Should we add,
and then one game that you don't like.
Okay.
We're going to call it Pump or Dump.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh, I like it. We're going to have to keep this. Pump or Dump. I mean,
Pump or Dump.
Hopefully no one's coming into this just with no context, because otherwise that sounds really, really, really horrific.
It's time to play Pump or Dump.
Oh, great. Yeah, hit me, Dad.
Okay,
go,
right.
Hit us all.
So, in January, I'm not going to name every game, obviously. I'm just going to name the highlights.
The big highlights. We all know we're
we've got January 18th, Nobody Saves the World.
Okay.
January 20th, Rainbow Six Extraction.
Okay. That might extract a dump out of me, I'll be honest.
Ooh. Next one, Windjammers 2, January 20th, same day. Pokemon Legends Arceus, January 28th.
It's the big one.
And on the same day is the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for PS5. Any pumps or dumps there?
I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off until we've done the entire list. I'll hold off.
All right, February. The Life is Strange Remastered collection, February 1st.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2 on February 4th. That's my dump.
I'll be honest. I don't know if you. I'm a feeling you saw the Dying Light 2 stuff over the last couple of days on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's quickly explain because basically they were proudly telling everyone it's going to take 500 hours to beat the game, and That sounds
like that's a good thing.
That
Like as if they have 500
awful.
hours of entertaining content in that game.
No, exactly. Exactly.
There's no way.
Like in stuff like Animal Crossing and like any game like that, like Stardew Valley, at least there's this is the game. Like that can take as long as you get as long as it takes until you get bored. But like they're not really gonna have content that lasts 500 hours. That can I don't know. Maybe they will, and I'm just being a grizzly old man.
Like, the game just looks clunky to me as well. Like the sort of the best thing that people were saying about Dying Light 1 is the traversal, and you're in this sort of tight city, like urban landscape where like you're going from building to building, whereas like now it's this big sprawling area. I just don't know how they're going to manage to reinvigorate that,
Yeah. Also, just realized we've got a great podcast title, and by great I mean horrific, and I love it. Anyway,
Pump and dump.
I will say, currently as things stand, I can feel a dump coming. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, February 8th.
I can feel a dump brewing. If you feel me.
We got 2 games coming February 8th: Sifu and Oli Oli World.
Oof, Sifu.
Now that's a pair of banging indies. I think they're both going to be great.
Sifu, I've been giving my eyes on, and it looks lovely.
Yeah, I think I already know what your pump's going to be. If you don't, then you'll see when it comes up.
Yeah, I know. There's 2 coming that will elicit a pump response. I'll be at the pump station, ready to pump my loving.
Waiting for the person in the window to press the button so you can unload.
Yeah.
Okay. A Memoir Blue, February 10th. Crossfire X, February 10th. Got a feather flying around my face. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. King of Fighters 15.
Okay.
Total War Warhammer 3.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, yeah.
Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. Grid Legends.
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
There it is.
Is that your pump?
No, my pump is as things stand. My pump is Horizon Forbidden West.
Okay, I think I know what it's going to be though. I don't think it's either of those.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay, and then you've got the Evil Dead game. Oh, and also in February, the Steam Deck. Like the rivals of the Switch is coming out.
Yeah, Steam Deck.
Interesting to see how that comes out and how people receive it.
Yeah.
But we're on to March. No, I've said my dump. I don't think I've said my pump yet. But I think we might have the same one.
Okay.
We've got LX2 on March the 1st, Babylon's Fall, which looks trash, on March the 3rd, Gran Turismo 7, and Triangle Strategy on March the 4th.
Ooh.
Triangle Strategy is my pump.
Yeah.
Pump it louder.
Yeah.
I just think like Octopath Traveler had 20 hours worth of really entertaining, like, I keep saying content, it's a gross word, but like, the game kept me really interested for 20 hours, but the game was 80 hours. And just had quite a lot of repetition. And once you'd mastered the actual quite good battle mechanics of Octopath Traveler, there wasn't a lot else going for it. But I feel like with Triangle Strategy, you can create so many different battles when you're talking about tactical battles, like Final Fantasy Tactics styles, like Fire Emblem style. I think that's got legs. I think people are going to love it when it comes out.
That is currently, as things stand, Rosie's most anticipated game of the year. In a year where Mario and Rabbids 2 comes out, that's telling you all you need to know. She loved the first game.
Absolutely.
You need context, I guess
Braimy's talking about some stuff in the chat. You got the Bendy in the Dark remake. That game is weird, like in a good way. You've got Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 coming later in the year, probably in the Outlast Trials. That sounds really cool. The Outlast Trials, actually, sort of the game Outlast. It's like a spin-off from them. You've got Chocobo GP March 10th, Tunic March 16th.
Oh it was like the Zelda inspired game.
The little Fox Zelda one. Yeah. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin March 18th. There's a lot of Square Enix. Babylon's Fall, Triangle Strategy, Chocobo GP, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
Maybe they
all in the same month.
Maybe they're getting all the games out now so they can start dealing with NFTs.
Oh god, gross. Rune Factory 5 and Tiny Tina's Wonderland on March 25th. Weird West on March 31st.
I think just in the context of Yeah, Dying Light 2 for me. I think that's my dump, and I think
Yeah.
my personal pump is probably Horizon Forbidden West. But it could have gone to that or Triangle Strategy. On Rosie's behalf, I will say Triangle Strategy, and because of that, I'll say Horizon Forbidden West. I love how sometimes Rosie vicariously lives through me on this podcast. Like sometimes I just think that's who it is. She just preps me beforehand. Anything Fire Emblem related, it comes through her, not me. But yeah, this is going to be a recurring theme, isn't it? This year is going to be stacked, top to bottom.
And also, I do want to mention, like, where are you? You're not really a Pokemon guy, but what do you think of Pokemon Legends Arceus?
I'm going to wait for reviews first, but I'm always torn with that game between it looks amazing and it looks unfinished, and I don't know where I'm landing. Like,
absolutely.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, this looks really intriguing, and sometimes I really genuinely think they need another 6 months. But then I often feel like with Game Freak anyway. It's weird because I do like Pokemon, but I really don't care enough to buy the games anymore, and it makes me sad because I know how much fun they are. But I got my likes, I got my dislikes, and I think sadly Pokemon, unless it's Pokemon Business Stadium, which is the greatest game on earth. Anyway, let's move on to the next news story. We went off on a bit of a tangent, but I actually enjoyed that tangent. That was a delicious tangent. Grand Theft Auto parent Take-Two has announced its intention to acquire mobile games giant Zynga in a deal worth $12.7 billion. That's crazy because that's like $4 billion more than all of Bethesda.
Yeah. And it's just rubbish mobile games.
It's mad. The deal will see the combination of Take-Two's blockbuster console and PC franchises, including GTA, Borderlands, NBA 2K, and Bioshock, with Zynga's hugely popular social gaming brands, including Farmville and Words with Friends. And that right there is what they want to hit up. Words with Friends, I'm always shocked by how big that game is. Like how
12 billion.
Yeah,
that's how big that game is.
Yeah, exactly.
And they get the Zynga poker, to be fair.
Zynga has more than 183 million monthly active users playing its mobile games. So that is just insane. That's a lot of money, and I get it's a very sensible purchase. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but,
I mean, and then you've got 187 million people who you can advertise to for your other games.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Farmville/GTA come to life. I just can't wait. It's going to be amazing. So the next two stories are speculation.
Speculation.
But these are two stories that have become been thrown around recently. So I thought, and also yes, that is correct. GTA 5 extended and expanded is coming this year, as well as Cyberpunk, which feels crazy. I am probably going to replay the Cyberpunk on next gen. I kind of want to see how it plays. Maybe not the whole game, but maybe a couple of hours here and there. Anyway, back to the rumors. So the two rumors are, I'll start with the first one. Nintendo could reveal its next Mario Kart game this year. There's an analyst called Dr. Serkan Toto, and these are his predictions through GamesIndustry.biz, an article written in GamesIndustry.biz. And GamesIndustry.biz is a legit website.
Yeah.
So this could legit be true. Basically saying, I'm aware Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling very well on the Nintendo Switch, but Mario Kart 9 is in active development and comes with a new twist. And Nintendo could tease it this year. Now, let's just rewind 1 week ago, where I suggested that Mario Kart 9 could be coming out this year, and I said it jokingly. I didn't actually think I was going to invoke some sort of magic power where they announced it the week later. But what would be your element of surprise? Would it be like the Smash Bros. Everyone from Nintendo is here? Would it be like more Diddy Kong Racing style main quest thing? What would that be? How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild, that shit. Mario Kart Breath of the Wild.
Can you imagine that? Just Forza Horizon / Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty epic.
Absolutely.
That'd be pretty
And they wouldn't have to do much for people to love it.
No.
Because you can still have the GPs, they're not going anywhere, and they're really easy to produce.
Yeah.
It takes no effort for them to make the GPs.
Yeah, and what you could do, I think how cool.
Think about how no effort was taken into Mario Kart 8, right?
Yeah.
And then basically even less effort was put into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
And it's the best-selling Switch game of all time.
It's one of the best-selling games of all time. It's the best-selling racing game of all time. And it keeps selling. It's number 1 in the UK charts. It came out in 2017, but it actually came out in 2014. It's insane. It's insane. But
So like they've had years and years to like actually develop something to do in those games that isn't just. But like think about like open world like battling as well.
Yeah,
like
that'd be cool.
You like a Lionel, some sort of like equivalent to a Lionel pops up in the Mario Kart Breath of the Wild, and then you've got to battle it with different items and stuff.
Yeah, I just love the idea of being able to drive to around this map, a giant map, and then drive to the races. And be like, okay, I'm going to take part in this one.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
You can meet your friends. You can just do like I don't know. It just sounds like a lot. That would be
and
really
like
cool.
you go around unlocking characters as you do it.
Yeah, it would be so cool. But yeah, Mario Kart 9 potentially is a thing. And it's about time. It is, like I know Mario Kart 8 is selling so well, but like as we've all said, it's been 4 years since basically like a re-release with a few added DLCs. But like in more real terms, it's been almost a decade. So like yeah, we need more Mario Kart and we need a new one. So the other story is to do with Microsoft and kind of Nintendo. I guess they would have had a say in it. So speculation has increased around a potential official re-release of Rare's GoldenEye 007 after achievements were reportedly uncovered on Xbox Live servers. I mean, that pretty much tells me that's going to happen. Like, I would definitely redeem reverse if you stream Mario Kart 9. Oh, yeah. Have we ever done reverse in Mario Kart 9? I don't think we've played Mario Kart 9 that often. I think we played it like twice.
None of us played Mario Kart 9.
Oh, Mario Kart 8. Sorry, Mario Kart 8. I was going to say Mario Kart 8. I think we played it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
We have reversed that. We reversed Rocket League a lot.
We did. Oh man, that was painful. That was genuinely painful. But yeah, so True Achievements, a site that syncs and tracks achievement activity, recently posted the full list of GoldenEye Xbox achievements said to come from live console servers, including artwork for each unlockable challenge. That to me, genuinely, it's coming. And what I want to know is, I want to know if it's coming to the Nintendo as well. Like, because, like, could it be, like, we'll give you Banjo, and if you let us we'll give you GoldenEye. Like, if there was a mutual thing happening where if Banjo was going to come onto the Switch where they could be on both consoles, maybe GoldenEye could happen as well on both consoles. I don't know, but it looks like it's definitely come to Xbox.
Yeah. I think Xbox would be okay with it going onto Nintendo. I don't know if Nintendo would be okay with it going onto Xbox.
I mean, the achievements it looks like it is already there, which is mad. Like, it is mad. Which
makes me think that maybe there's some kind of agreement that didn't need to include Nintendo.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I think Nintendo owns GoldenEye 007. I think the issue with them was getting the okay from James Bond more than Microsoft. So like,
so what if they then reproduce, like, remake from the ground up a GoldenEye game? Like, what does Nintendo actually own from that game? Like, if they were to recreate the levels, is that an IP issue?
I think if they were to recreate the level, like if they were to recreate all of the levels, I think they did that, didn't they? And then they got stopped from doing it by Nintendo because that happened last year. Remember, it got released.
Oh yeah,
it got released, and it was like an up-res version in the same way they did with Perfect Dark. But yeah, that is going to be really interesting because if that were to come to Nintendo Online, then that would be huge. That would genuinely be a game changer for people actually thinking that the service is good. But we'll have to wait and see. Sticking with Microsoft though, they've announced the first titles for the year coming to Xbox Game Pass. This is the first podcast we've done where we can talk about this. So I'm just going to rattle through them really quickly. Is it Gorogoa?
Yes, play it. Everyone play that game.
I'm going to keep coming to you for these. Olija? I don't know how to pronounce
them. Yeah, Olija. I remember that coming. I think it might be Elijah.
Okay, cool.
I remember getting announced for. It was in an indie world, I believe, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It looked cool, but yeah, I've not checked it out.
And the Pedestrian. So they all came out.
Yes,
they all came out at the start of January. So Ember is coming out. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is out, but like to me that is insane. But I guess with that, it's out more on EA's side, which then is free on the Game Pass. But still, and then also Outer Wilds. Like to me, those two games alone are like that's ridiculous. Just those two.
So
games
Outer
alone.
Wilds has already been on Game Pass and left, and has come back now. Which what is going on there?
Yeah, back for good, maybe.
Back for good?
Yeah.
Is there an Outer Wilds 2 on its way?
That would be nice. Also, there's Spelunky 2 and the Anacrusis that will be coming on January 13th, and it's the 10th today. It's the 10th. So yeah, just a really solid month. A really, really solid month. I mean, there are a few sad things leaving. Desperados 3 was one of them. That was a cracking game. I really enjoyed playing that. It was one of my favorite games from last year. But yeah, just they keep adding good games, so they can't really complain too much. Final piece of news. Sony has released its January's PlayStation Plus games. These are Deep Rock Galactic on the PS5
fun game.
and the PS4.
Very fun game.
Dirt 5, which is also on the PS5 and the PS4, which is nice. And then Persona 5 Strikers, which is actually that's not a bad list. It's not a bad list considering...
It's been a while since they've had a list I've actually looked at and gone,
Yeah. I'll have those.
I don't hate that list.
I haven't paid for my PS Plus. My PS Plus ran out in November when I started doing my course because, one, I don't have much time, and also I don't really have 60 quid spare. So I was this is the first month that's maybe go, I kind of wish I had PS Plus because I would have happily had those 3 games, but I don't. But at the same time, if you do, it's a decent little trio of games. Daf, that is it. I have no more news. Do you have any more news to contribute, or do you want to talk about games you've been playing? Because I imagine we might have a lot to talk about.
Let's talk about games we've been playing.
All right. How do you want to do this? Because I'm feeling there's a few...
I've got 3 that I want to talk about.
Cool. I have kind of 3, but I can take or leave 2 of them. One particularly I want to talk about. So,
okay.
So I'll go first because...
Yeah,
I'll go first. I'll just mention the 3. So one is Shin Megami Tensei. There was a surprise birthday present from Rosie. Basically, I was in her house and she's like, check your Nintendo Switch. And I did. And Shin Megami Tensei was downloading. I was like, that's nice.
Nice.
It was just a nice surprise present because basically what had happened for my Christmas was that my Christmas present from Rosie was a contribution to a new computer. So she didn't actually give me anything physical. But then she did eventually, which is very nice. And it's a very good game. I put about 15 hours into it. I haven't been able to play it for the last week because I've just been super busy, but I'm really excited to keep going. It's very hard. Very, very, very hard.
That's the one thing I know about Shin Megami Tensei.
Man, it's surprising. You'll get your ass handed to you by some random person, the drop, one hit kill. Easily. Yeah. All the time.
Every battle you have to think like it's a boss battle.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I've been playing that. It's really good. The graphics, I love the way it looks. It's great. But maybe I'll talk about that a bit more when I finish it. A game I mentioned last week, but I just want to mention again, is Halo Infinite. But I think I'm going to keep up to date with when you finish that.
One of mine is Halo Infinite.
Oh, have you finished it?
Yeah, give me some loose side. Not the campaign. I've been playing so much multiplayer. Okay. But give me some general ideas. How do you find the campaign?
Okay. So what I'll say is I'll give you a couple of thoughts and there, but then we'll have we could even, because there's me and Zach played, we could actually do a whole a podcast on that itself because it'd be quite nice
Deep
to talk
dive.
about. Yeah, I could do it because I haven't done those in a while. But yeah, the best way to describe it, love the combat. I think it looks gorgeous. I think I really enjoyed a lot of the story. I did think... Actually, you know what? One thing that it does have going for it, and the big talking point of the last couple of days, is game length. I actually think the length of the campaign is really good. It's about 25 hours, which is good. So it's a nice length. It's not too long. It's not too short. I think the hook shot is one of the best additions to any first-person shooter ever added. Good. Genuinely think that.
Yeah.
But, what I realized is that, it felt very samey. It suffers a little bit from everything, and I don't mean same as in the combat, because the combat's good. The combat is really good, so that covers a lot of the cracks. But it does feel like everything looks the same. So the underground passages all look the same. The overground, everything overground is kind of like a mountain, or kind of a mountain, and that's kind of it. There doesn't seem to be very much variation, and that kind of got a bit dull. Especially towards the end when you are in a lot of underground passages. So I guess the way I describe it is I saw the Metacritic score was 87, and I was 8.85 out of 100. Yeah, I'd say for me it was a solid B+. I didn't have much thought about the campaign after I finished it. But I really want to get into the multiplayer. I just haven't had a chance. I've just been so bit I'm working 6 days a week, so I really struggle to complete anything. But that I guess we'll talk about that a bit more when we do talk about it. But the one game I do want to talk about, and I'm probably about 9/10 of the way there. And by I'm probably 9/10 of the way there, I should say and that's It Takes Two.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, that game is awesome and terrifying. There's one scene in particular halfway through. oh my God, like it's so dark and I wasn't expecting it. And it genuinely upset Rosie. Like genuinely upset her. She was very upset.
Wow.
But other than that, it's just such a good game. Like Joseph Fares really knows how to make, like what I love about all of his games, because me and Dav Weeks completed
A Way Out.
A Way Out. Yeah, I was gonna say No Way Out then, but that's not it. A Way Out. And that was awesome as an experience. Like it just felt like I was a kid again, where you have to play with your friend on screen, split screen. There's something about playing split screen or with your friends. I know we weren't in person, but like you having to communicate and see each other and like see the experience of you like control it. There's something about that. Like it, I don't know. It's great. And like I won't talk much about the story because I haven't completed it, so I'll probably leave it a bit more to when I actually complete it. But like, what's been really lovely as well is that like it challenges you in loads of different ways. So like it takes, unlike the other games as well, it takes loads of like genre of some of the games. It's like third person shooter, platformer, all these things. So like Rosie's like really improved as a gamer purely because like she's had to like jump vertically or horizontally or like do all these different kinds of things. And by the end of the game where we are now, pretty much, she's like, she could probably complete Mario now, and she couldn't do that before. You know, it's like
Nice.
That's fun. It's just such a well-made game, and the story is epic. I just recommend it. Everyone playing it. I can totally understand why it won Game of the Year. I mean, if I played this last year, I think it would have been close to winning my Game of the Year. So
how long is it?
So I think there's like, do you mind telling me how many chapters there are, or do you not want me to tell you how many chapters there are?
I don't mind.
Okay, there's about 10 chapters, and I think each chapter's about an hour and a half. So it's about 10 to 15 hours.
12, 10, 15.
Around that time. I think we've put in around about 9 hours. And what's nice as well is as like a really solid, that's a chapter, and you can stop playing and move on to the next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it has a real like, okay, we've done that. Let's do it tomorrow. We've done that, move it tomorrow. So yeah, it's just a really good game, man. Honestly, I love the game so much. It's just really silly, really fun, but like as genuine heart. And I guess that is kind of just Joseph Fares, really, isn't it? So that's it. That's all I want to talk about. Just a bloody good game.
Yeah, I need to get cracking on with that game.
It's good, man.
Really, I played the first chapter with my partner, and we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get back to that. So my 3 games, Halo Infinite is one of them.
Yep.
I've only played about 3 hours of the campaign, and I really did enjoy it. But just the multiplayer, it's just got me hooked. Yeah. Like, pun intended, not intended, but good pun for me, because the hook shot is a game changer.
It's a game changer.
So like every time I'm playing on a map, I'm always like, right, where's the hook shot? Right, who's got a hook shot that I can steal from? Like it's just such a beautiful addition. Yeah. And some of the other gadgets that you have are really good as well. The sensor.
Do you use any of the other gadgets? I mean, the sensor you might
on multiplayer. Yes, you kind of have to. Like you don't get the hook shot as standard.
Okay.
But in the campaign, in the 3 or 4 hours that I played, no, it's hook shot all the way, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, that traversal is just so good. But yeah, I'm already level 90 on the battle pass out of 100, and I've been keeping up to date and doing all the events as they come up. And I'm just hooked. Like I play it every day, and they have your daily challenges, and they've reworked some of the XP stuff and all the rest of it to sort of make it a bit fairer, so you're not grinding or like having to like spend money on it. And so your first game of the day, you get 300 XP, and every 1,000 XP you go up a rank in Battle Pass.
Yeah.
So you get 300 XP. Your second game of the day, you get the second and third games, you get 200 each. Third, fourth, and fifth, I think you get 100, and then it's 50 onwards.
Okay.
So that's just for playing games. You don't have to win or anything.
Wow.
And then there's a bunch of weeklies you can do throughout the week. And then if you complete all those, you get an ultimate challenge, which then if you complete that, it'll either give you like a new visor for your Spartan or a new like backplate for your emblem and stuff like that. So like they're giving away plenty of stuff, and it's really satisfying to play. And the challenges these days are actually a lot more enjoyable than they were to begin with, because it would be like, get 10 kills with this random gun that only sometimes spawns on these 3 maps, and you can't choose which map you play on, and you can't choose which mode you play on. But yeah, I'm just hooked. I'm just hooked on that game.
Yeah.
Another game that I've been playing is Spider-Man Remastered on the PS5, which I only bought because I wanted to play Miles Morales. And I'm like, well, I've got to go through the first one first. And I had no idea until I got to the point where it's like, once you continue past this point, you can't upgrade anything. I'm like, oh, okay, right. stop. I want to make sure I do all that bit in one go and enjoy it as a package. And I don't know how I feel about this game.
That's interesting.
I've got to the point now. I've completed 89% of the game out of 100%ing it. I've done 89%. I was doing everything that was on that map. And then it opened up again, and you've played it, haven't you?
I completed it twice. I completed it in December. I replayed it in December.
Right.
Completed it.
So you get the bases and you get the crimes that pop up, right? Fine, absolutely fine. Go along, you swing along, you go, oh, there's a crime. Oh, feels really nice and intuitive. It's like, right, I'm going to go down on that. Yeah. So, great. I've done all the thug crimes in all the areas. And then you progress a bit in the story, and it's like, oh, it's a different kind of crimes you have to do. It's another 5 in every area. And then there's different dens in each place you have to do. And you're like, okay, cool. And I can see there's like things that are locked that I haven't unlocked, like things that kind of pop up. Yeah, and there's some really cool things. I think the research stations are a really nice idea. Yeah. They're all unique challenges. Mm-hmm. And the pigeons I thought was funny. Yeah, pigeons. And yeah, there were a couple of really nice ideas in there. The side missions, except for the university student.
Oh yeah, it's annoying.
You do like 6 of them, and they're all the same.
They're all the same, yeah.
And then you go through the game, and you're like, right, what are these? There's still like 4 left that I can't do yet. And there's another, and then you get to sort of like quite far into the game, like really close to the end of the game, where you're at a point where you're just like, right, story. Mm-hmm. Like the story's driving you forward constantly. Like the end of a cutscene is like, right, I've got to get here. And then what it does for a lot of the game is it doesn't give you the next main quest straight away. It's just like, right, better go through the city and like, do some stuff. And it's like, by the end of the game, it's like, don't do that. Like, just go. But it introduces another 12 things you can do in every area, and there's like 10 areas, and it's just the same things you've been doing the whole time. And they were the worst parts of the entire game to begin with.
It's the worst part of the game. Like, there's a lot of repetition,
and I was so dead set on 100% in that game, and when I started the game I had no intention to, and I was like, oh, hang on, actually swinging about just feels so good.
It's so good.
But I've got to the point now I'm fast traveling. Like, I see the next main quest thing's 3,000 meters away. I'm like, yeah, fast traveling.
I mean, to be fair, if you're on a PS5 like we are, it literally takes a second. Like, genuinely takes a second.
Yeah, there's no load screens. It's insane. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like this game or not, but I'm compelled to carry on. I love the story they're telling, and I'm really invested in the relationship between Spider-Man and MJ. I'm like really invested to see that in that relationship. And I think the characters are great. I think the acting's phenomenal.
Music.
The music. Oh, it's next level.
The music, for me, I watched the Amazing Spider-Man films like 2 weeks ago, and I replayed the games at the same time because me and Rosie went to see the film. And it was
No Way Home.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah, me too. And that's the reason why I went back to play it. And I realized that the music from Spider-Man PS4/PS5 is 1,000 times more memorable and just better than the Amazing Spider-Man films 1 and 2. Like, I couldn't tell you what those songs were, but I can sing for you the theme song from the Spider-Man PS4 because it's so good.
Absolutely. And there's so much to love about that game, and there is so much that just feels like they've slapped together to make it into a video game. I think it could have been 8 hours shorter, and I wouldn't have lost anything from it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that game.
One thing is interesting, and one thing I noted, because like I actually really agree with you. I love that game, like one of my favorite games. But I do completely agree with you. I think like I didn't 100% complete it because I was like, I can't be asked to do that. I'm not bothering. I just love the story and I love the combat and I love the like navigating way through the world. But like what I will say is that recompleting the game with all of your items.
Yeah.
Or pretty much all of them, and then not having to worry about the side quests, not having to worry about collecting everything, and just playing the story is, for me, a far better experience. It was for me, and I already love the game. So, yeah.
I do like about half of the gadgets. I think they're really good.
Some of them are really good.
The trip mines are really good.
They're awesome.
They're so fun. Yeah. Obviously, the impact web is so OP, but there is strict how many you get, so it's balanced. The web bomb is fun. Throw it in there, everyone gets webbed.
Yeah.
I've used the same double click stick skill the entire game.
Which one?
The
spin around one?
No, so I started with that one, and then when I unlocked the spider bro,
which was the spider?
So it's like a really OP drone that just like electrifies and shoots the heck out of everything inside. Okay. It's just so overpowered. It like does like several bursts. So like do one and everyone will be like stunned and shot at. It'll do another one and it'll kill everyone that's it's already attacked. And I'm like, what? This is great because I don't enjoy the combat.
Yeah. Oh wow, interesting.
Like, I like going around and stealth attacking them, perch takedowns. They're very satisfying.
Yeah, it's really satisfying.
But as far as like getting in the nitty gritty, I'm also playing on the hardest difficulty.
Okay, fair enough.
And I just find that the combat is just really laborious and it doesn't quite do what you want it to.
Fair enough.
He's so busy doing these acrobatics that like, oh, actually, I wanted to dodge there, but you're busy doing an animation that I didn't know you were going to do.
It does happen quite a lot. It does.
Yeah.
It
does. And I'm like, the animation you're doing now is like twice as long as some of the other animations you do when I press square.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know when you're going to throw that up against me. So if I'm going through, if I'm swinging something around and someone's shooting a missile at me, I've then got to press circle to dodge that, but then I lose the projectile that I was trying to swing around, and the projectile is broken now, and now I've got no other projectile, so now I've just, my whole tactic's gone in that moment. I'm like, all right, okay, restart then. Yeah. I'm surrounded by 6 people.
Yeah, and it's something worse as well when like you're like a high streak, like 50 plus of like hits.
Yeah,
and then that happens. You're like, oh, it just feels very cheap. Feels very cheap.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the game is probably like an 8 out of 10.
Fair enough.
But I don't think I could write a review on it. I would just be like, this game is an 8 out of 10. That's it.
Yeah.
It is. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's but like again, it's weird because like I totally agree with all that you're saying, but like it's just I don't know. Sometimes when a game hits you, you're like, I love it, warts and all, and like I get what you're saying, but then
I'm almost there. I was there for about 15 to 20 hours, and it's these last couple hours where I am enjoying these last couple hours a lot because I've ignored all the rubbish they've just thrown in, and the reason why I'm upset is because I was looking forward to 100%ing it and unlocking all the suits because the suits look awesome.
Yeah.
But now I've got like 7 suits I've not even unlocked and 3 suits I've not even bought because I need like 3 stars on the base mission, all the base missions, and 3 stars on all the challenge missions. And the challenge ones are rubbish.
I hate the challenge ones. Genuinely,
they're so rubbish.
I don't mind the combat ones to a degree, but the navigating ones where you've got to follow things, I genuinely
the drone one with the cameras,
hate them rubbish. So much. But
takes all the freedom out of why you're enjoying the swinging in the first place, which is like, oh, I swung into the wrong building, doesn't matter because I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to keep moving, I'm going to swing on top of it. But yeah, cool game, but has its flaws. But I'm looking forward to Miles Morales, which I'm hoping is a more compact, streamlined experience.
100% is.
And the third game is a game I've been streaming and will be streaming tonight. I'm probably finishing tonight.
Oh, cool.
And this game is Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain. Right. So you broke up then a little bit. So all I got was V Rain. I was like, I'm going to guess and say that's Heavy Rain. Is that the one with Jason? No, that's not Jason, is
yes,
it?
It is.
It is Jason. Okay.
Yeah. Jason.
Is it Jason?
Jason.
It is Jason, isn't
Jason. Yeah, it's Jason.
And
Sean.
Oh.
Sean.
It's so bad, but it's so good because it's so bad.
It's so bad. This game is rubbish and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
It's like, oh God.
There's wrapped in this turd of a game, just inside there is a little nugget of gold that has managed to pass the digestion of Quantic Dream. And there's a little mystery in this story which is kind of obvious from the start, but that's kind of not the point. It's just really lovely to unpack it and going through the bizarre control scheme and the bizarre layout of the game. Like the first achievement you get for the trophy that you get in the game is it's thank you for playing this interactive drama. And it's like, oh, get over yourselves, Quantic Dream.
Yes.
Like, this game isn't dramatic enough or interactive enough for it to qualify as an interactive drama.
Yeah, it's like pick a lane. Just
pick a lane.
isn't like not to turn the conversation sour. Didn't I read? I think I read something about the creator of Quantic Dream or the lead director being an awful person.
Oh, I've not heard about him being an awful person. Maybe he is, but I know that is it David Cage? Is that his name?
I think it is.
I've heard of like him being like a bit weird.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just that then.
Maybe, but no, they're making the next Star Wars game.
They are making the next Star
Wars
game.
I feel like Disney wouldn't attach themselves
to someone like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's just a very curious fellow.
Okay.
And his games are a bit on the odd side, which is so far accurate from what I've seen. But yeah, should be finishing it tonight, and I'm sure I won't have any more opinions other than this is a bizarre game with an awful control scheme, and for some reason I can't stop playing it.
I remember watching so I never actually played it, but I guess it doesn't really matter because my friend was playing it, and I might as well have just been playing it with him because it was anyway. And like I remember watching him playing it, and like at the time because this is like back when it first came out, so it would have been like 2010, like when I think it came out on the PS3, and it was one of the earliest games that came out, and like
PS3.
And I remember thinking like this is an interesting game, but then also thinking I'm glad I'm not playing it. So
2010.
Yeah. Was it 2010? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
The only reason I know specifically is because I was living with my mates in Swansea at the time. So it would have either been 2010 or 2011. So it would have been those 2 years specifically. But
yeah, I remember seeing it on the shelf. I used to work in a game station in 2010.
Oh, wow.
And it was on the shelf, and it was just perennially. I just remember the really iconic sort of origami picture.
Yeah.
The words Heavy Rain. Yeah. And it being a PS3 exclusive and like, one of the best graphically challenging game. The faces are still impressive.
Yeah.
For a PS3 game,
yeah.
The faces and bonus, I downloaded it from PS Now, and then when I tried to stream it, my second stream of it, I was having problems, and it was doing some weird thing with the menu. So I deleted it and streamed it through PS Now.
Yeah.
And it works like a dream.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe they've improved their servers.
Maybe. Well, they did do that agreement with Microsoft.
They did.
Using their servers. But yeah, hopefully it works again tonight.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Heavy Rain has always been one of those games like I kind of find really funny because I played the game before that and I can't remember what it's called. Their first game. It was like, I can't remember the name. I said, I know you
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, that's the one. Yeah, I played that and that was a weird game. That was my first experience of them, but I didn't know them as a company. I was just like, this game looks fun. And it's so weird and so weird. There's nothing else to say. It's just a weird game made by a weird company. But yeah, anything else, Dav? Anything else you need to add game-wise? Or are you all gamed out?
No, I'm all gamed out, yeah.
Cool. Well, it's been 50 minutes. It's been a lovely podcast. And it's been lovely chatting to you, Dav, about all the games we've been playing. It's weird because we haven't had a chance to talk about any games we've been playing for nearly a month. So I had a feeling there was going to be quite a few. And like the fact that I've completed...
I think there are, but I
3?
I think it's quite good that we've sort of like gone, that game that I played a little bit of, don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I need something to play. I'll play 10 minutes of this and say it's shit.
Yeah.
Me every week. But yeah, let's leave it there. You're going to be streaming, like you said, yes?
Yeah, I'm just setting it up now.
Cool. You set up, and I'll say goodbye to everyone. But that is the end of podcast number 81. 81. It's insane.
81.
Thank you very much for listening to us today. We have waffled on. But you know what? Waffles are delicious. So just enjoy it. The waffle.
Yum.
If you like what we've said today, then go back and check our older episodes. Like I said, we might do a Halo Infinite deep dive, or maybe just like a Halo Infinite like review session.
Yeah.
Because Zach has completed it as well, and it's kind of more fun when there's more of us that have completed it. So maybe we'll do that with Halo Infinite when Dav has beaten the game. But yeah, go back and check out our old episodes. We should do a Hall of Fame soon. I finished my course at the end of this month, so I'll be a lot freer soon. I'll hopefully have more time to do some stuff and sort some things out. So hopefully that'll come next month maybe. But otherwise, just like I said, check us out on YouTube, on the Facebook, on all of the other places, on the YouTubes, and leave us a review. Like we said earlier, that'd be nice. Leave us a review. We cherish your reviews and your kind comments.
Lovely.
Dav, because what I'll do is if you're not close, I'll say goodbye. Oh, you're ready. You're ready. You're
Yeah.
good to go. Well, on that note, we'll say goodbye. Thank you, Dav. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And, have a good stream.
As always. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
We make sure we keep pumped or dumped for...
Pump or dump.
Pump or dump. Okay, sorry. I'll get rid of the on both. And we'll keep that as a thing moving forward for the rest of the year. Bye, everyone. And have fun, Dav.
Bye.
Bye.